Hello, everybody. Tashina Gonzalez here with Vida Activa. And I'm here with my Feel Good Friday on a Saturday because y'all know that happens sometimes. And this month, I've just been randomly talking about minor things to help with emotional wellness. So, as you hop on here, as usual, give me a wave, a hi, a hello. Let me know what city or state you are watching me from. And if you are watching the replay, no matter what venue that may be, later on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, then hashtag replay. So today, what came to my head is I decided to talk about the power of saying no, which is kind of a little bit strange because I've been talking about surrendering to discipline in one of the trainings, and I talked about starting and doing the things. But this is a tool, hey Nisha, this is a tool that you will need to invoke really to have the new term that I like instead of life balance is whole life integration. And it's also kind of a funny topic for me because usually the necessity to say no is kind of related to people who tend to be people pleasers, and everybody knows I'm not really a people pleaser. I do what I want, but based on my personality types, like my strength finders, that I am an achiever and significance and focus and competition, and my core personality, I tend to put a lot of expectations, from the four tendencies, I'm a questioner that leans towards upholder. I put all these self-imposed expectations and large goals on myself, and then I try to force myself to commit to things that are not really necessary. So I have to invoke the power of no with myself. So I found a really good article from Psychology Today going through both of these scenarios, whether you need to say no and impose some on yourself or whether you need to impose boundaries on other people. And it's just super, super important because what happens to me is when I don't say no to the overwhelming things that I'm doing, then I actually start to get physically sick. One of the issues that I've spoken about that I dealt with is gut issues. And one of those actually originated when I was 23. At 23, I already had ulcers and went to the hospital because I was throwing up blood. So that's how much I put expectations on myself and sometimes run myself into the ground if I don't invoke the power of no. So I'm going to read some stuff from this article, interject some stuff, and then share with you guys what things I needed to do yesterday to invoke the power of no, and this morning, really. So the power of no, wielded wisely, no is an instrument of integrity and a shield against exploitation. It often takes courage to say. It is hard to receive, but setting limits sets us free. There's a lot of talk and a lot to be said for the power of yes. Yes supports risk-taking, courage, and an open-hearted approach to life whose grace cannot be minimized. Which, again, been talking about that a lot. You need to be outside of your comfort zone. You need to do new things. You need to start. That's super important in reaching your goals. However, no, a metal grate that slams shut the window between oneself and the influence of others is rarely celebrated. It's a hidden power because it is both easily misunderstood and difficult to engage. It's likely that we are unaware of the surge of strength we draw from no because, in part, it is easily confused with negativity. Either can involve a turning away, a shake of a head, or firm refusal. But they are distinctly different psychological states. Negativity is a chronic attitude, a pair of emotional glasses through which some people get a cloudy view of the world. Negativity expresses itself in a whining perfectionism, a petulant discontent, a risk-averse naysaying. It's an energy sapper. Negative people may douse the enthusiasm of others, but rarely inspire them to action. Negativity certainly ensures that you will not be pleased. You will also not be powerful. So, and this is probably part of my struggle because I had a tendency towards perfectionism and negativity early on in my life. And so trying to combat that sometimes is why it's hard for me to say no to myself. So, where negativity is an ongoing attitude, no is a moment of clear choice. It announces, however, indirectly, something affirmative about you. I will not sign because that is not my truth. I will not join the committee to help with your kids or review your project because I'm committed to some important project of my own. Count me out because I'm not comfortable, not in agreement, not on the bandwagon. No, thank you, because you might feel hurt if I turn down your invitation, but my needs take priority. The no that is an affirmation of self-implicity acknowledges personal responsibility. It says that while each of us interacts with others and loves and respects and values those relationships, we do not and cannot allow ourselves always to be influenced by them. The strength we draw from saying no is that it underscores this hard truth of maturity. The buck stops here. No is both a tool and the barrier by which we establish and maintain distinct perimeter of self. No says this is who I am, this is what I value, this is what I will and will not do. This is how I will choose to act. We love others, give to others, cooperate with others, and please others, but we are always and at the core distinct and separate selves. We need no to carve and support that space. So here's a time where it's okay to invoke a healthy no. When it keeps you true to your principles and values, when it protects you from cheerful exploitation by others, when it keeps you focused on your own goals, when it protects you from abuse by others, when you need the strength to change course. Simply, no is not a warm sin. It's tough to deliver in large part because we have a gut sense of how it will be perceived, which is not well, and no hurts. But when you are able to say no, people are careful to come to you with only meaningful requests rather than simply asking for any help you might be able to give. No makes your yes more meaningful, or as Grant puts it, it makes you more of a specialist rather than a generalist in what you give to others. When you say yes thoughtfully, because we are giving in our area of expertise rather than saying yes out of a need to be liked, we are far more apt to feel satisfied by giving. One of the things that is really important, and one of the things that I have worked on as well, is to soften your language, because I would be the person that would say no, and I would say it forcefully, and sometimes I'd be like, absolutely not. So one of the things that I definitely want to work on is to soften my language. I'm not comfortable with that. I prefer not to. I'd rather not. Let's agree to disagree here, or that's a good, nice, interesting plan, but I won't be able to. Remember to contain your feelings, refer to your commitment to others, realize you represent others, and rehearse. So again, for me, I had to tell myself no a lot in the past 12 hours because yesterday, first of all, I got asked to do an additional training that wasn't on my schedule within 24 hours, which was great and wonderful. And I was excited about. But then all day long, my phone just kept ringing off the hook. So, and it was important stuff and I needed to tend to it. And then later, I got a message, oh, we have this networking thing. And I was like, okay, I'll be there after I do this thing. And by the time it was 6 o'clock, I had tension all in my body. I was just not feeling good whatsoever. And so I had to invoke the power of no in the things that I would have liked all the things to do, because I had all these things on my schedule, but because of all the unexpected things that came, it was just stressing me out. And so I was like, first of all, I need to disconnect from electronics, because in the morning I was watching my niece and nephew, so I didn't actually do my workout. I didn't do my walk at lunchtime because I had so many work calls and then a couple other things on top of that. So I was just like, first, I need to say no to electronics. So I was like, shut everything out. I'm ignoring WhatsApp, because that all day I was like, I have WhatsApp on one phone, I have Facebook or Instagram messages on another phone, and then I have stuff I need to do on my computer. So I was like, no to electronics for a little bit. Gonna go for my walk. I'm going to go treat myself to something. So I went to quickly boba tea, got me a smoothie and some Chinese food there. Got me some orange chicken. I came home, just chilled and chatted a little bit. And then I was like, this is what I'm going to accomplish today. And this is what I'm going to accomplish tomorrow based on what the time I had left. And then this morning I was like, I don't want to get up. My body needs some rest. So I slept in, although normally my obligation would be to get up and do some of my volunteer Bible preaching, but I can still do some of that tomorrow. I don't have it on the schedule for tomorrow. So I just listened to my body and said no to forcing myself to do something that I was not physically, because of all the overwhelm and stress, able to do. So I slept in. I just chilled, just laid in the bed and listened to stuff for a while and just let my body just rest and stretch. And then it was super late. It was I don't know, like 10:30 by the time I did my workout. And then I started to get into some stuff that I needed to do. And then I just took in a bunch of spiritual food. Like I just went and took in all this positive and good stuff and just fed myself rather than giving to other people so much. And then like now I'm getting into what I need to do. So I at 5 went for my walk. So I made sure I got my exercise and I went for my walk. And now I'm going to go run some errands and I'm going to come back and finish up the other part of my list that I probably, if I would have just forced myself to stay up and do yesterday, I would have just made myself sick. So that's the things that I had to say no to. Those are my stories. Because again, I have a habit of leaning into the perfectionism and leaning into the obligations and forcing myself to do stuff. You know, my motto used to be, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I used to, you know, like force myself through 4 hours of sleep and with a Mountain Dew and neon colored energy drink or something of that nature. So I had to teach myself the power of no when it comes to my obligations and resting and pausing and taking time for myself. And I feel so much better now. And I feel so much, it's going to be so much easier for me to tackle the rest of my day and the rest of my weekend. And I know I'll still be able to get stuff done. So that is what I want to share with you along the lines of emotional wellness. If you have anything that you would like to tell me or share with me in the comments, you can feel free to do that. Don't forget to always say hi. Let me know what city or state you are watching me from. #replay if you are watching the replay. And if you are not following me yet on YouTube, make sure that you do that because I have lots and lots and lots more videos just like this on emotional wellness that I love to share with people. With that, I am going to say goodbye. Thank you for joining me for my Feel Good Friday on Saturday because I needed to say no to technology yesterday evening. Have a great day, guys. Bye.